Why should you study in Russia? 300,000 international students. How to get a scholarship in Russia? How much does it really cost to live in Russia? A scholarship in Russia. Why should you study in Russia? My name is Dmitry and you on the channel Study with G. Let's talk about 10 amazing reasons to study in Russia. Although this is not the most typical place for foreign training, it is an incredible opportunity. Be sure to watch the video until the end to find out all the objective reasons. We work really hard. So the first reason is a wide range of universities and study programs. There are 1058 universities in Russia and 767 of them are state. More than 1000 study programs are available for international students, from art to medicine. According to statistics, the Russian Federation has occupied the 8th place in the world in terms of the number of universities. You can see statistics on the screen. All educational programs conform to the European educational standards. During study in Russia, students have a lot of practical work. University professors will check your knowledge level not only at examination, but also throughout the educational process. The quality of education in Russia is really high. For instance, Russian IT specialists are in demand all over the world. Pavel Durov is founder of messaging service Telegram, which is used by over 700 million people around the world. His alma mater is St. Petersburg State University. One more example, Evgeny Kaspersky is a Russian cybersecurity expert and the CEO of Kaspersky Lab, an IT security company with 4,000 employees. His program of internet security and antivirus are popular all over the world. I have to mention that Russian medical education is in higher demand in many countries. General medicine is its most popular program among international students in Russia. Why do international students choose Russia for medical education? Russia is known for its innovative and powerful public health system. A Bloomberg report ranked Russian healthcare among 55 developed countries based on the efficiency of state healthcare systems. The number of doctors in Russia is 44 per 10,000 population. This is almost 1.5 times higher than in European countries. Duration of life has increased by more than 8 years since 1994. Women live in average of 77 years in Russia. In August 2020, Russia became the first country in the world to register a COVID vaccine. Russian medical degrees are recognized by the World Health Organization and international students has practiced medicine in their home countries. Let's go further. The second reason is literacy rate. Did you know that the literacy rate in Russia is 99.7? In this aspect, it actually surpasses many Western countries. Otherwise state, the figure points to the excellence and accessibility of higher education. In Russia, 100% of school children can enroll to the university and obtain a degree. The Russian Federation is an ideal place to obtain an outstanding higher education, and the most important thing you can do in Russia is to learn Russian. The reason 3. Learning and demand language. Did you know that more than 300 million people speak Russian all over the world? This ranks the language is 8th place at the most widespread used worldwide. Learning Russian can be incredibly difficult, but very rewarding. It also facilitates traveling to other former Soviet countries that will speak Russian. If you are going to work in business, science or technology in Europe, Russia is an important language that can be of service to you. Profiles of companies looking for specialists with command of the Russian language. Agriculture, trade, defense and national security, power economy, healthcare, building construction. Many states identify Russian as a priority language. Did you know that NASA depends on the Russian Space Agency to transport astronauts to the International Space Station? Consequently, such big state-owned companies are also in search of specialists with command of the Russian language. Russia is one of the largest producers of numerous natural resources and raw materials including oil, diamonds, gold, copper, manganese, uranium, silver, graphite, and platinum. Russia is the second largest steel producer in the world after Japan and possesses huge wood substance stock. It is world's largest producer of natural gas, the third largest producer of oil, and the fourth largest regarding coal production. Russia is estimated to have 40% of the world's total natural gas stock. Finding of opinions poll annually conducted at universities suggests that Russian can be learned in 8 or 10 months. All universities offer foreign students to join pre-university courses first. About 95% of foreign students successfully master this course and successfully pass the Russian language exams. When you have knowledge of the Russian language, you can choose absolutely any programs and any university. But if you speak English only, it wouldn't be a big problem either. The reason for the opportunity to study in English and the some places in French. One of the myths about Russia is that in Russia you can only study in Russian. The fact is, a lot of Russian universities offer training in English. Almost every city in Russia largest a university offering is an opportunity to study in English. Moreover, there are also universities in Russia where you can study in French, bachelor's, specialist, and master degree programs. The most popular areas of study in English are medicine, engineering, and IT for sure. Please be prepared to have that study in English will be a little more expensive in some universities compared to study in Russian. For example, study in English at medical university in Russia will cost from 3,000 to 10,000 US dollars per year, and study aircraft engineering or IT programs from 5,000 to 6,000 US dollars per year. If you don't fully understand the education system in Russia and what is the difference between the education system, for example, in the USA, a detailed analysis will appear very soon on our channel, after which everything will become clear for you. Be sure to subscribe the channel, not miss that video. When applying to the university, you won't need to provide a certificate of your English command level in the form of IELTS or TOEFL. In some universities, you may need to be interviewed in English. Leave a like if you can say hello in Russian. The reason number 5. The optimal ratio of price and quality of education. Any student can find an affordable, suitable options. The cost of post-secondary education in Russia can be from 8 to 10 times cheaper than in Western Europe or North America. Most courses range from 1,900 US dollars to 13,500 US dollars per year. Therefore, if you are fond of the idea to study at any universities in Russia, they are more affordable than you may think. Meanwhile, the quality of education is an international level. Russian universities are regularly included in top 100 and top 500 of the best universities globally in the prestigious QS World University Rankings rating. And the number of rated Russian universities grows every year. Living expenses are 6 or 7 times lower compared to Europe and the USA and average from 200 to 400 US dollars per month. Medical education is one of the most expensive qualifications anywhere in the world, and only few parents can ensure their children to study in these institutions. For foreign students in UK, the average cost of medical degree can reach 46,500 US dollars per year, depending on the medical university. A medical student in the United States can expect to pay from 38 to 61,000 US dollars per year and more. In comparison, in Moscow, the best medical university will cost no more than $12,000 per year. The reasons that will convince many of you that Russia is good options for degree obtaining a simple admission process. The reason number 6 is simple admission process. I'd really like to highlight this point separately. When choosing a university in Russia, you won't face such problems as the need to write an admission essay or profile thesis which is now required in almost all European university as well as Euro universities in the USA. Such a profile thesis cannot be truly assessed since one person may like it, but another may not. On the internet you can find many recommendations on how to write it, but no one can guarantee. No IELTS and TOEFL exams in English language proficiency are also required for admission to Russian university. In some universities, you'll just need to interview orally and tell a little bit about yourself. There is problems with obtaining a student visa. I cannot remember any case when Russia refused to issue a visa to a future student. If you look at visa refusals by United States for some countries, the number of refusals can reach up to 90%. It means that even after writing an essay, passing exams, getting a scholarship place, or paying for your studies, there is a greatest risk to simply not getting a study visa. Shortly, on our channel, we have provided a separate video on the process of admission to Russia universities, from choosing a specialty to receiving an invitation to a university, which exams and which tests you need to pass. Be sure to subscribe not to miss that video. It is essential to immediately decide on a future specialty to study in the same university for the entire period. I know a lot of students who change their university during tuition. However, it's not complicated or scary too. You should only wish. To prepare a folder for your documents for admission. For admission, you need to forward the following documents to the admission committee. A scanned copy of your valid foreign passport to remain valid at least 20 months, a scanned copy of your high school certificate with a transcript, and certificates of some countries must undergo the recognition procedure. Another point is that all your documents must be translated into Russian and notarized. A very pleasant reason is the opportunity to be legally employed while studying. Reason number 7. You can legally work in Russia after obtaining a student visa. Starting from 2020, foreign students can legally work in Russia without any special permits. It is essential that your job does not interfere with your studies. There are a lot of companies in Russia that would like to have foreign specialists on their staff. Many students easily find a job and using several simple job searching services. You can see some of them on the screen: Headhunters, Superjob, Rabota and other. I leave a link in bio to the article where we compiled top 15 job search sites in Russia and CIS countries, as well as Telegram channels and group with vacancies from large companies. Be sure to have a look if you are interested in job search in Russia. Russia is quite strongly interested in foreigners. And if you can take picture or you comment of several languages and like to translate, looks well for the camera, you can work in crowd scenes or engage in blogging. You'll find job easily. Now we go on, and if you haven't turned off the video yet, it means you have seen Russia on the world map. For sure, this is very big country. Reason 8. The biggest country in the world. Another myth about Russia is the severe Russia winter. Many parents and students are really worried about the weather. I think you only need to open Google Weather and select several cities in Russia, for example Moscow, St. Petersburg and Kazan, and you see that average temperature in winter is minus 10 degrees Celsius and summer plus 25 degrees Celsius. Russia is an exotic and interesting country with rich history and culture, as well as vast opportunities for traveling. We will list some of the most famous places that you want to visit during the summer and winter holiday. Shortly, we will upload on our channel a video about a winter and summer holiday in Russia. Please subscribe, not miss it. As Russia's capital city, Moscow is must for you to visit. The city is exciting combination of green spaces, historical lanes and modern architecture, filled with art galleries, theaters and stores, and you'll walk not stop all day long. St. Petersburg. For artistic and cultural purposes, do visit this magnificent city in northwest of Russia. Bordering Finland and Estonia, the city looks more European, With architecture, design, and beauty around every corner, it's worth the trip. To spend a day at the Hermitage and discover the second largest art collection in the world. Lake Baikal should be in the top of your travel list if you are a nature lover. As the oldest, largest and cleanest lake in the world, it is Eiffel. In summer, you could even take a quick swim. Murmansk, located in Russian tundra, near the polar circle. This tiny town is a perfect place to observe the northern lights. You can also spot polar bears, seals and wolves all over the tundra. Friendly alert, this part of Russia experiences permafrost, so you need to get up courage. Sochi. Do you need to warm up in the sun? Sochi is a summer resort city in Russia, on the Black Sea coast. Go there for summer holiday and enjoy the warm water and beautiful beaches. Please subscribe to our channel not to miss the release about low-budget tourism in Russia. The video will be uploaded soon. Aren't you tired? Reason 9 is Advanced Technology and Security. Advanced Technology and Security. Russian cities where you go for tuition are well-made and technologically developed so that everyone can feel comfortable and safe. This is especially true for Moscow. Moscow, Russia's capital city, is a political, scientific, historical, architectural, and business center of huge country. The United Nations published its global ranking of cities for 2022 and awarded Moscow the first place among major cities for quality of life and infrastructure, noting the megacity for its transport, accessibility, and well-being of its residents. Firstly, transport infrastructure is higher grade and students can use it. You can safely move around the city on foot. By community transport, subway, buses, taxi, used car sharing services, and electric scooter rental. Moscow is among the top 10 cities in the world for the number of CCTV cameras. More than 146,000 cameras were installed in entrances, streets, public places, and residential buildings. Recordings are used to solve 17% of offenses and crimes. Russian cities are often cleaner and safer than in Europe. Moscovites enjoy the smart city advantages daily. They connect to the internet on the train or on the street, arrange, visit the doctor through the uniform medical system, pay bills online, and so on. We use self-control robots in delivery services, so don't be surprised if your order from restaurant or your pizza is brought by a self-control robot. Please subscribe if a drone runs by your window. And finally, reason 10, last on this list, but not last in the world. The opportunity to be granted a scholarship. Last year, about 18,000 students could study free of charge under state quotas. This figure grows annually. I'll let you on a secret. Russian universities love foreign students. For enrollment on state-financed place, a foreigner should register on educational in Russian website by filling out on the application form beforehand. Await an invitation to participate in qualifying events in country of residence. Find him or herself on the website in the list of candidates recommended for the second stage of selection. Await access to the personal area on the portal. Notification will be sent by email. Track the application status in the personal area. In the years to come, the number of foreigners obtaining degrees on the state-financed basis will double in Russia. Starting from 2023, 30,000 people will be able to obtain a degree on a state-financed basis annually. If you have any questions, visit our website or leave comments under this video. Please subscribe to our channel to see other videos about education in Russia. We're in touch. Goodbye.